Today, I'll be revealing my entire 2022 NFL predictions, starting with predicting every division from top to bottom. I'll give you my Rookies of the Year, my MVP, I'll even add in some potential dark horses, and of course, my Super Bowl champion. If you make it through the entire video without getting triggered, you win a skinny hippo. This definitely has the potential to be my most controversial video of the entire year. So we're gonna use this magical tier list just for visual effect, and I'm gonna be stingy. We're gonna go place by place and division by division. AFC East 4th place, we have the New York Jets. They're getting better, I promise. On to the NFC East 4th place, we have the New York Giants. Like, you have some okay wide receivers, but your quarterback's Daniel Jones. Like, enough said. AFC North 4th place, we're gonna have the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's just gonna be so hard to place any higher in this division with a rookie at quarterback. NFC North 4th place, we're gonna have the Chicago Bears. Probably the worst team in the entire NFL, so my division ranking is pretty self-explanatory. Last place in the AFC South, we of course have the Jacksonville Jags. Unless Trevor Lawrence becomes Jesus himself year 2, like, I just don't think they get out the cellar. NFC South last place, we have the Atlanta Falcons. Like, I just feel bad for poor Arthur, like he's in for a really bad year. I really hope they don't fire him though. Oh my god, no, not the AFC West. Ranking this division was literally top 5 hardest things I've ever done in my entire life. Like, before you yell, I promise you any 4 of these teams could finish anywhere in the 4 spots. Like, I don't even want to do this, dude. I want to skip the division. But in last place in the AFC West, and I do think that they could even win the division, I do have the Denver Broncos. Like, I have nothing else to say, dude. They could win 10 games. Like, is it even possible? Could they still win enough games to make the playoffs in last place? Last place, NFC West. This one's pretty self-explanatory. The Seattle Seahawks. Like, they're just bad, and rest of the teams in their division's good. Like, it's a sad year for Seahawks fans. Now on to the 3rd place spot amongst the divisions. This is another hard one, but 3rd place AFC East, I do have the New England Patriots, but that's another division where, like, maybe the 3rd place team could still make the playoffs. Like, they're a Bill Belichick team with not a lot of talent. They're gonna win 9 games. Like, where that places them, I don't know. NFC East 3rd place, we're gonna have the Washington Commanders. You have weapons on offense, but Carson Wentz is your quarterback. Like, that's all I have to say. AFC North 3rd place, we're actually gonna have the Cleveland Browns. At this point in time, Deshaun Watson suspended for 6 games, and with how close I think this division's going to be, those 6 games could play a huge role in the Browns making the playoffs or not. 3rd place in the NFC North, we're actually gonna go with the Detroit Lions. They're not coming last this year. They are a team on the up, though. I love myself some Dan Campbell, and they have a ton of weapons on offense. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs or anything, but they could pull out some shock wins this year. AFC South 3rd place. Pause. Sponsor time. I'd like to thank today's sponsor, Age of Origins. Age of Origins is a zombie strategy tower defense game with some unique twists along the way. You'll get attacked by zombie armies and to fend them off, you have to create your own armies, equip them with powerful weapons to try and fight off the zombie hordes. You can also develop your own cities while trying to build and create alliances with commanders from other cities, with the end goal of trying to create the most powerful city for a doomsday world. What I think is really cool is you can also fight and create alliances with real players in real time in battles with hundreds of other players. There's so much more to do. You can also take part in daily quests. There's giant cannon tower defense, zombie uprising, and a ton of other mini games to play. And you can download Age of Origins right now for free by clicking the link in the description box below. And if you do it now, you can enjoy $60 worth of free gifts. AFC South 3rd place, we're gonna have the Houston Texans. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Davis Mills, like, this guy is weird. He may have a strangely long neck, but this guy can play some quarterback. Texans, again, a team, they're not gonna make the playoffs, but, like, watch the Titans win like 13, 14 games, but lose both to the Texans. Like, that's what I expect from this Texans team. NFC South 3rd place, we're gonna have the Carolina Panthers. A lot of these 3rd place teams are a lot of teams I think that you never know. They could come out shock some people, but I just don't know about Baker, man. 3rd place team in the AFC West, we're gonna go with the Las Vegas Raiders. I hate this stupid division. The Raiders, again, I actually love them this year, but, like, this division just isn't fair to rank. I should have just done a random name generator. 3rd place in the NFC West, and this division's starting to get tough, but we are gonna go with the San Francisco 49ers. Again, it's just a super tough division. I just don't know how much faith I can put into Trey Lance year 1 as a full-time starter. 1 through 3 in this division's just too tough. Now on to 2nd place teams amongst the NFL. Second place in the AFC East, we're actually gonna go with the Miami Dolphins. I love the offense, and I'm actually weirdly infatuated with the Dolphins running back room. It just seems so solid from 1 to 4. They have like 4 guys in their running back room that could potentially start for another NFL team. Like, that's depth, my friend. Second in the NFC East, we're gonna go with the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, if Jalen Hurts can take a massive step with the addition of AJ Brown, that number 2 could potentially turn to 1. AFC North, second place, we're going with the Baltimore Ravens. I have a sneaky suspicion with all the crap being talked about him this offseason, Lamar Jackson is about to have an MVP caliber season. If they can stay healthy, they could win this division, which is potentially one of the toughest in the entire league. NFC North, second place, we're actually going to go with the Minnesota Vikings. I still am a believer that just one of these years, potentially this year, the Vikings are just going to go crazy. They should take all the games from the Lions and Bears, so you never know. Second place, AFC South, I'm going to go with the Colts, and I'm just going to move on because I know Colts fans just, I'm their worst enemy. NFC South, we have the Saints. They really do have some crazy talent at the skill positions on offense. Now, Jameis can just be okay. I think they definitely make the playoffs. I'm sitting here thinking I'm stupid. Like, obviously you guys are smart enough to do process of elimination, so you should know who my division winners are by now. I'll just run through them quickly. The Bills, self-explanatory, would be shocked if they don't win the East. The Cowboys to win the NFC East, I feel pretty comfortable about this unless Jalen Hurts absolutely goes nuclear. Bengals winning the AFC North, like, there's just no way I can pick against the Bengals after last year. Just no way. Packers winning the NFC North, like, what'd you expect? And of course I have the Titans winning the AFC South. Like, I'm so tired of the disrespect. They just prove them wrong like every year. If we don't win the AFC South, I'll show my nipple. And the Bucks winning the NFC South, another one that's self-explanatory. Now, AFC West, second place, was probably the hardest choice of the entire video. We're gonna go Chargers to come in second place and the Chiefs to win the division. Like, honestly, I feel like talent-wise, these teams are so even. It's literally a coin flip, but I just went with the guy that's actually proven that he can win a Super Bowl and make the playoffs like every single year. Now, the NFC West, another division that was tough to rank 1 through 3, but second place, we're gonna have the Arizona Cardinals, which means the reigning Super Bowl champion LA Rams once again win the NFC West. I think Kyler is gonna go nuclear enough this season to bring his Cardinals to second place, but I do think the reigning Super Bowl champs reclaim their spot here. And that's my official standings predictions. Now, on to a few awards. Offensive Rookie of the Year, I do think goes to Treylon Burks. Like, I promise you, I tried to set all bias aside, but I just think this man is gonna plug and fill that AJ spot. Doesn't mean he's gonna be as good as AJ, but I think with what will be a bounce back year from Ryan Tannehill, I just think he's gonna get the ball so much. He's gonna get like 8-9 targets a game. If he stays healthy, I do think Treylon Burks has a phenomenal shot to win this award. Defensive Rookie of the Year, and I love this pick, boys. We're going with Nakobe Dean of the Philadelphia Eagles. I was absolutely dumbfounded, absolutely freaking dumbfounded that this guy fell as far as he did. The Eagles got themselves a stud, and I know a player like him will use this as motivation. He's about to produce like a Micah Parsons. You can just feel it. Now, my NFL MVP, that is gonna go to Joe Burrow. I just think the guy is so freaking good, bro, and I think this year with an offensive line, you take the numbers you put up last year with the crappy offensive line that he had, just give Joe Burrow a little bit more time in the pocket, and one of those 3 stud receivers are gonna get open. I think this is the year this guy starts to take over. Now, one of my favorite parts, my potential dark horses. So pissed off I didn't do a prediction video last year because I promise you the Bengals would have been my pick. Nah, nobody's gonna freaking believe me. I'll give you 5 dark horses that aren't everybody's favorite to make the Super Bowl, but I think could shock some people. Maybe not make it that far, but maybe make it a game or 2 away. Number 1, the Las Vegas Raiders, bro. I just love myself some Raiders. I think Derek Carr is just primed to have a phenomenal season. He's got Devontae Adams and Darren Waller on the same offense. They got some studs on their front 7 on defense as well. Now that this team finally has some stability, even though they're in the hardest division in football, they're gonna make some noise this year. Next, we have the Miami Dolphins. I've already raved about them today. I love their running back core. They're extremely talented at wide receiver. Their secondary has a ton of studs as well. If Tua progresses, bro, they could be nasty. The Philadelphia Eagles is my next dark horse. Once again, this is all relies on Jalen Hurts. They have the weapons, but can he just take that next step? My next potential dark horse is the Minnesota Vikings. I'm telling you, this team has the core, has a brand new coaching staff. I just feel like that team has kind of been lurking. They have the talent, but just can't put together. Is this the year with a little bit weaker of a top to bottom NFC North? Is this their year to make some noise? Last but not least, my Tennessee Titans. Bro, like, come on now. Stop disrespecting us. Now we get down to the nitty gritty. Next, my AFC and NFC conference champions. We'll go for the NFC champion first. I'm gonna go with Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think by far they are the best team from top to bottom in the entire conference. And if this is truly Tom Brady's final season as an NFL player, there's just no way he doesn't find a way to make a team that's this talented and this good stampede themselves into another Super Bowl berth. Now the AFC winner, this one was so hard, so freaking hard to come up with, and this answer will probably shock you. I just got to thinking, in this conference, just every team is going to beat up on each other. Like the AFC West teams, like, are they even going to be alive come the playoffs? So I went for a team that might have a little bit easier of a regular season schedule because they didn't do so great last year. Experience at the quarterback position, they know how to run the football, they've been there before, they're winners, haven't quite made it to that next step in the past few years. AFC champions, I have the Baltimore Ravens. There is something special about Lamar this year. They're setting this team up to run, bro. They're gonna let Lamar make plays. They're gonna pound the football. If they can stay healthy, you forgot how good they were last year, and they are missing half their team at all times. A motivated Lamar Jackson with a run-efficient Baltimore Ravens team. I think they have the pieces to make it finally to Lamar's first Super Bowl. And that does bring us to the question, who is going to win this year's Super Bowl? Is Lamar Jackson finally gonna get it done, or is it gonna be Tom Brady himself? Well, sorry Lamar, I guess you kind of do have an L in your name for a reason. This is Tom's last year. He's winning the Super Bowl. It's just written in the goddamn stars, bro.